What are the most common challenges that companies face when trying to increase diversity in data and AI roles?
Yeah, sure. So, while there have been a lot of changes over the last few years, it still remains a very specialized field. So, the candidate pool does remain smaller overall. There's sometimes fewer individuals from, say, underrepresented groups entering this field. This is usually due to systemic barriers, maybe unequal access to education or exposure to STEM subjects. Maybe a lack of interest initially in STEM subjects, maybe due to lack of representation or resources as the rising costs of higher education kind of creep up year on year. Um, Technical teams are sometimes pressed with tight deadlines, understaffing issues. This can lead to quite rigid job requirements, job specs, as they need someone to plug a gap very quickly. There might not be a lot of kind of training or development open to the individual, so the spec is usually quite specific, and because of that, it can be exclusionary. It can discourage diverse candidates from applying. I mean, studies have shown women are far less likely to apply unless they meet a much higher percentage of the listed criteria than men. So that's something that needs to be taken into consideration. Also, unconscious bias in language in advertising and job specs. Virgin Media in particular use Textio to ensure gender neutral language, but there are also other similar AI-based tools which are very good at making postings more accessible. And unfortunately, even in this day and age, unconscious biases is still present in hiring practices. We all are fighting against it. The biggest ways are to ensure solid training and awareness programs internally, but it's still something to keep an eye on internally overall.